Okay. All right. We're going to move on because I can tell you're a little uncomfortable, out of your comfort zone a little bit, and that's just where we want you. So I want you to be thinking about that. Take it to Heavenly Father and say, you know, I know that you know I'm unique in many and wonderful, varied ways. So please open mine eyes so I can see the beautiful and uniqueness of myself. All right. Joy juicer number 2. Serve by sharing of ourselves. I'm not saying that dropping off a casserole is a bad thing. It's great. But sometimes it's like a drive-by shooting. A pa-ching, and then we're off. Gotta go. You know, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. We all only have a limited amount of time. But I'm saying we can chat for a minute. We can share ourselves. For years, I hated talking to people one-on-one because I constantly, not as much now, but still, put my foot in my mouth. Constantly. Like, oh, how's your mother? And they'd look at me and go, my mother died 2 years ago. Do you remember that? No, I don't. I've slept since then, and I've had more children since then. So actually, I haven't slept since then. But anyway, joy juicer number 2 is to serve by sharing who you are. And it goes right along with the first one. Who are you? Like, I love with the sharing basket, the jalapeno jelly. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. What do you do? What do you like to do? And then share that gift. Do you watercolor? Do you paint? Well, share those as little gifts. For years, I mean, even up until like this last year, I would not share any of my books or anything because I didn't want people to think I was all that in a bag of chips. Do you know what I'm saying? If you have something, you don't want people thinking, well, I think I'm so good that I'm giving this to you because you're awesome. I don't think that when people give me something. I think, woohoo, she gave me a gift. Someone put something on my door. Huh, I don't care what it is. I'm so happy. Is it a coupon? Great. I don't care. Someone thought of me and they put something on my door. It makes me so giddy. So share of who you are. If you make little booties, drop one off. Take it to your visiting teachee. Just know when somebody gets you as a visiting teachee, they'll say, she's the booty lady. And she will bring over the little knitted booties. And she will bring them even if you don't have a little baby. I mean, that's just her way of sharing. Love it. Is anyone going to turn that down? Is anyone going to say boo-hoo about it? Do you know what I'm saying? So what do you do? I want to hear, what do you ladies love to do? Please share. What do you love to do? Yes?
I like to make dolls, and I only have sons.
I love that. She said, for those that are listening there, I like to make dolls and I only have sons. Isn't that the bitter pill? But I love that. Now your visiting teachers are going to love you because now you can spread the joy. That is fabulous. So she could go in a quilting store, be paralyzed, but if it comes to getting money for the playground for the community, she's all set. That's like Marianne. She did a playground for us up in where we live and did the same thing. I would cry to have to do something like that and had it all organized. Fantastic. That's what we do, sharing of ourselves, where the rest of us would go, please don't, please don't. She would go and do it. You guys would go and do that. Wonderful. Can you see what I'm saying? What is it that you do? What is it that you love to do? What is it that other people have said you do well that you could more fully share? What could you do? Years ago, a gal in college, she's a beautiful artist, and she would make, for a little while anyway, before she realized how much work went into it, she gave her all, we were over the visiting teaching, and she gave all the gals for visiting teaching a hand watercolored, beautiful, like on that kind of parchment papery looking stuff, beautiful thing about love and a watercolor, beautiful thing of a heart, and it was gorgeous. I mean, what a gift. That was a keeper. I kept that forever, and I don't even know what happened to it, but I kept it forever because it was gorgeous. So take a minute. I want you to think, just like the question says, what is one way I can serve by sharing who I am or what I love to do? And Elder Russell M. Ballard says in the Daughters of God talk, even as you try to cut out the extra commitments, sisters, find some time for yourself to cultivate your gifts and interests. Pick 1 or 2 things that you would like to learn or do, 1 or 2, that would enrich your life and make time for them. Water cannot be drawn from an empty well. And if you're not setting aside a little time for what replenishes you, you will have less and less to give to others, even to your children. So it doesn't mean we spend all day doing these things, but it means that we can cultivate and develop our talents and then we share it. And it's in the sharing. My husband and I were just talking about this the other night, that a friend of his had used this word downloads, and how at different times in our lives, our childhood, different issues that happen to us, things like that, we maybe don't get certain downloads that we should have. But that's what service does. That's why obedience and service are the 2 keys of life, because service is how we fill each other's gaps. That's why callings are a gift. It forces us, compels us to fill each other's gaps that we didn't even know we had. And that's when we share of who we are. So I want you to think about that for just a couple of minutes. What is one way you can serve who you are, serve by sharing who you are or something that you love to do? Fantastic. Okay, so are you getting juiced a little? Thinking. Okay, the third thing is to have fun. You say, what is that? What is that word? It sounds familiar. I remember it in college when I was blowing off my classes. I mean, studying very hard. And afterwards, rejoicing with a cone. Years ago, I remember walking into, this is kind of my fun moment that I always go back to, because it was sheer fun. I had organized being able to go to a bookstore. I think it was about an hour and a half. And I was in there and I had read gloriously, uninterrupted. It was a beautiful thing. And then I was walking out, and just as I was walking out, I heard over the loudspeaker, fresh out of the oven, hot blueberry lemon scones. Oh my gosh, I'm not even a scone person. I'm Scottish and I don't even like scones. And I was over to that counter, and you cannot believe how fast. I was just like, that sounds glorious. And I was just feeling in that decadent mood. I went over and I got one of those, and it was fresh out of the oven. And it was melt in your mouth with that kind of special sugar that's on the top. You know, like, I don't know what that is, but I'm not a chef thing. But anyway, and then I got some milk, didn't get it there, it's too expensive. Stopped and got some milk and was driving home. And I was seriously, I cannot even describe the joy, the rapture of my taste buds. It was so delicious. Even to this day, I can remember that. Isn't that sad? I can't remember some really key moments in my children's lives, but I remember that scone. And it was so good, I had to call my husband. And I said, I lamented I did not get you one as I'm licking my fingers. So sorry, there's none left. It was so scrumptious. That's a moment. That was sheer fun. That was just a happy moment. Nothing productive. Nothing going through organizing my purse while I'm waiting for 5 minutes in the office. It was just sheer fun. What's something you've done for fun? How long ago was it? I see the glaze. Wow, I'm thinking. What have you done for fun that comes to mind? Yes.
I got together with a friend from high school, and we went to Cheesecake Factory and spent $8 each on a piece of cheesecake.
Woohoo! $8 cheesecake. And every bite, you're like, I better eat every bit of that $8. Calories mattereth not at this point. That is fabulous. Getting together, yummy cheesecake with a good friend. Is there anything better? Truly, not much. That is fabulous. Anyone else? Yes.
Last weekend, instead of watching a movie, we pulled out the Wii and played like one of those kids' sports games where you like hold onto the umbrella and race. I think we played it, but you probably heard us, Kelly. For like 2 hours we were like skipping stones. It was just me and my husband, but it was so much fun, and we were terrible, but it was so fun.
That is great. Her and her husband playing a Wii game, and your kids probably would laugh themselves sick watching you guys play, because they try to explain it to me, and I'm just like, just push the buttons, I'll cheer you on. I don't know. Wii bowling, I'm always lame. Oh, they're getting turkeys, and I'm like, how are you doing this? It's fabulous. That's fabulous. Having fun, especially with your husband, being totally goofy. We're going to talk about that in a second, but as married people, we can tend to get so old so fast. What do you want to do tonight? I don't know. Should we watch a show? Ooh, that's a novel one. You know, maybe have some popcorn. Ooh, we're being wild and crazy tonight. Do you know what I'm saying? We'll talk about that in a second. But fabulous. I love that. Think about, what have you done recently for fun? We need to have more fun. We need to be looking at our children to learn how to have more fun, because they have fun with abandon, and they have fun in fun things, and even in things that aren't fun. Years ago, I remember one of my little boys, he had a consequence. Don't remember what it was for, but we had the little tiny apartment, you know, where the linoleum is about like this big on the bathroom floor. You could like Windex it. And so his consequence was to wash the floor. And I would put in some laundry, and I remember coming back, and he was swirling with the cloth, and he was singing to himself, and he was having a great old time. And I did the mama stands, the Nazi hands, and I was like, what are you doing? You're supposed to be doing your consequence. And even as I said it, it just hung in the air. It was so pathetically ridiculous. I just started laughing because it was so dumb. Kudos to him if he figured out that the floor was more fun to mop doing it this way. Awesome. He figured out how to have fun, not like his mom. So our former stake president, I remember him saying, if we're not having fun living the gospel, we're not doing it right. And I agree. We get up at fast and testimony, I just love this gospel. It's like we're at a wake. I mean, where's the fun? I'm not suggesting we get up there and go, woohoo! But I'm saying, where's the smile? Where's the joy? It's because sometimes we've squeezed it right out because we haven't stopped and had some fun with our kids. We drive past a park and we think, no, you're going to get barked us all over the van. And oh, then everybody's got, no, we only have 20 minutes. Now, do you see what I'm saying? How nice if we go, you know what? We got 20 minutes. Let's go. Okay, you guys will play hide and seek. Mom will stay right here under the tree, and I will come and find you. And then after 15 minutes, oh, you guys are such good hiders. No, I'm not suggesting. So Quick question, write it down. What would be fun for you? Think about it. A little pampering. We were just talking in the car on the way down, and sweet Marianne had just had a bubble bath last night. I hope I'm not being too personal. And read a little bit of a book. It was a momentous occasion because it's not typical. How lovely. Something just delightfully fun. And I bet she was an even more fun mom than usual after that. So what's fun to you? Is it no chores on Friday? Is it stop housekeeping chores after 6? You know we can. Did you know that? We can. If little Bobby comes to you and says, Mom, you need to iron my shirt, you can say, oh, Bobby, I'm not the on-call ironing serf. Did you know that? There's the iron and there's the instructions. Good luck, Bobby. And then go and take your bath. What about mom's time after 9 o'clock? Something like that. I've done all of those, and it has been a joy. And they know when they come to the door at 9 o'clock, then out comes the Wenchy mom with fangs. And, you know, one of those nightmare movies that you would not want to let your children watch, and they know this. So they have been warned ahead of time. So think about it. What would be delightful and wonderful? I want you to list some things, and then we're going to share them. In that little chart, things that you like to do and things that you feel good after doing. So like to do might be what? Read a book, take a bath, maybe eat some really good chocolate, watch a chick flick, something fun, something delightful. Feel good after doing would be things like exercising or cleaning out that closet. You know, you walk by and you go, that's a good looking closet. Yeah. And then you walk by again in about 20 minutes. You see if that closet's still looking good. Okay, so feel good after doing is something really that you should do, but you maybe didn't want to do, but you feel good after doing. All right, write some down.